The Critical Hit podcast contains foul language, sexual subjects, and other things that are inappropriate for children. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, world, and welcome to Critical Hit, a foul-mouthed podcast where we talk about everything. I am your host, Chrono Warden of Crit Hit Plays, tabletop stuff. New segment coming soon.
There it is. Just
nice.
slipped out an announcement right
And with me always is Red King and Crimson.
Hey, let's go. Creating the characters, bro. This is it. This is
So
it.
we are
I jump the
continuing
shark every time, don't I?
continuing our trend of Daggerheart last week. We are making characters now. Well, specifically, these two are making characters.
Yes, you already have one, don't you?
I didn't make one.
Oh, not for this. No, okay, got you. So you just have a lot of them because you're running a campaign.
Well, I'm playing in one.
Well, yeah, that's right. You're playing that one. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be running this one. So,
Yeah.
So get ready for horribly punishing battle.
I've been kind of locked in. I've been watching it like a hawk. What?
I'm glad you have. I haven't had the time that I wanted. This week turned out different than I wanted.
Fair.
This week turned out different.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good way to just.
Yeah.
That's a good way to say bullshit is different.
I was like, what the hell, man? And before I knew it, it was fucking almost Friday. I'm like, what happened?
Before we begin, though, I have beef this week.
Okay.
People that can't fucking park.
Well, hey, listen. Listen. I'm not the greatest at it. So tread careful.
Okay.
You tread careful.
If I shit on you, I'm not sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Parking is one of the most basic skills of driving.
It's like a required skill of driving.
Well, it is, but like parking well is not required.
Yes, it is.
You're the kind of person that leaves the shopping cart out of the cart corral, aren't you?
Yep. Sometimes.
Homeboy, most
That
parking.
is the ultimate moral test.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Obviously, it's significantly better if you can park well.
No, dude. A parking space is you got about 6 inches of play on either side, dude. You need to park good.
No, not it. Actually, even better if you go to the gym I go to. They got like maybe 3 inches on either side. It's like ridiculously close. I lock in when I get there. But I also hit a cart return. Speaking of cart returns, I hit a cart return in a work vehicle.
Well, that's a work vehicle. They're insured.
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
Oh,
Fun story. But maybe not a story I'll say.
not on the cast.
Or
So,
one day.
no, I'm buying our drinks before I come over, right? And I hit a parking spot. This fucker rolls up right next to me in the no parking zone.
Oh my gosh.
Now, mind you, there's a parking spot here that is perpendicular to where I'm parked that is open. There was 4 spots next to that open. There were 4 spots next to me open.
He just chose to be an asshole.
He just chose to be a fucking piece of shit parker.
Wow. Okay.
He chose violence. He was like, yeah, I think I'll just do this.
So perhaps perhaps you need to be
Throwing hands?
no. More specifically, you would have to have something against people who are purposefully, willingly assholes.
Not
If you
just
want
people
the-
who are just assholes just because they have no skill.
Listen, if you're gonna park terribly, at least park as far away as possible.
No, true. I agreed, because that's what I do a lot in certain.
Like, if you're gonna-
superstore parking lots.
If you're gonna fucking double park, at least be in the last row.
yeah, you're right about that.
So here's
You're
a
right
question. Are you a backer in or are you like you just pull in?
So
about back or in. I don't even know. Anyways, I gotta stop.
it really depends. Most of the time, I'll just pull through because it's quicker.
So I've been trained
pulled
to
through.
back in.
Fuck that. Why?
I feel like
The company, one of the companies that we contract with, they have a safety regulation that any site that you pull into, you have to back in.
Yeah.
Because
it also makes sense for loading docks, right? So if you work a job where you have to back up to something and take it off.
That is true. But what type of safety regulation, though? Well, how does that save?
It's safer when you're going to take off forward than to take off backwards.
Yeah.
Most accidents occur when you're backing out of your spot.
Okay, fair. I guess I can take that. Which
is what you did with the work fee. Boogity, 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 boogity.
I hate you.
So you epitomized that.
Just to give us a slight bit of detail of that, there was a point when I realized it was happening. I was like, rip the Band-Aid off. I was like, I could have stopped and been like, ooh, oh my gosh. But like, as soon as I realized, I was like, this is happening. I was just like,
it's like play-through. That only works for golf.
Play to your outs.
Yeah, that was me, man. That was me. Whatever.
Damn.
But that's my beef. People who park in spots that aren't parking spots.
Can I actually? I'm going to throw something in here though. I'm trying to see if there's a way that you can meet my crappy parking in the middle.
Nope.
So say, for example,
park in the loading zone of a handicap area.
No. I do not.
Okay, at least he's got some morality.
No, yeah, come on now. Morally, I'm actually pretty decent.
Driving is questionable.
Oh, yeah, driving is very questionable.
Morals are okay.
I return that cart 50% of the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I return it every fucking time.
So let's say, for example, let's say something funky happened with our Switch 2 pre-orders. Let's say you had a chance to get a Switch 2. You had to get in that Best Buy parking lot quick, though. You're not sitting there trying to park perfectly.
Yeah, you are.
You take up 2-3 spaces, get in there and get out.
Absolutely not.
Triple park.
I will not compromise on good parking.
Hop the curb. Block the doorway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be trying to do everything to keep everyone.
Pert near a crime. Pert near the robbery.
Fucking take that little thing you drive and just drive up, get behind the barriers, park in front of the doors. Switch 2 now.
No, you know what I would do? I'd do even better. I would just hit it fast as I can, right?
Oh, you're going to do what that one guy did to the Chinese buffet and just drive through the doors?
No.
That's not parking.
Seatbelt off. Drive right into the barrier. Launch yourself through the window. Get the speed you need to land.
To die.
Oh, my gosh. Quick tabletop aside.
Yeah.
With regard to launching yourself out of a window, I've been listening to the newest season of Dungeons and Daddies, and that shit happened like I think 3 times so far.
So if they had a nickel for it, they'd have 3, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened 3 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun shit, gosh, that's perfect. Shit. Yeah, shout out to the Dungeons and Daddies. Maybe we'll meet you on the other side
of the veil
of
death.
Of the umbral veil.
Of the tabletop
umbral veil.
Real play side.
All right, well, let's get into it. So,
is that a drum roll? You have a drum kit.
Yeah, I do.
You should. You know what? You should.
We don't want to peak the mics.
You should figure out a way to set it up just so that we can do like the Tonight Show. Fucking have some music. And
Homeboy
shit.
Just like
yeah.
One of them goofy
for our
hats.
live studio audience.
I looked at the wrong camera.
Not like it. I did it too. Actually, I looked where you were looking. Now, oh no!
Just make sure that's not in the cut.
Literally, the 2 of us.
We put it with like, yeah, we're not even in that frame. Yeah.
What classes are we thinking, boys? What do we want to build?
Oh,
Because there are 2 new options because Daggerheart is still doing playtest material.
like right away.
So let me get some classes. Let me get some class choices.
So you've got Bard, Druid,
Yep.
Fighter, Guardian, Ranger.
So the fighter is one of the new playtest classes.
Yeah.
It is the monk. It is the unarmed.
You're a martial artist, yeah.
Beautiful. It's kind of funny. We talked about that.
We did. We literally talked about that last week.
I had to. By the time that comes out, it will have some fancy, shiny notations.
Yeah.
To show that I had no idea what I was talking about. Reason being, the day we got done recording,
They dropped.
they dropped. It was like to the day. It was either the day or the next day.
So like we could have just done a little background.
I could have just did a quick Google before we got on, but I didn't do it.
It's fine.
Fuck it.
Where was I? Ranger, Rogue. Then you hit Seraph. Then you've got...
So we're not using the beautiful cards. We're using the printed cards.
Yeah.
Warlock, Warrior, and Wizard.
I want to be a guardian. That's what I want to be.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be what is the frog? Frog.
Ribbit.
Yeah.
But you gotta pick your subclass first.
Well, I gotta pick the subclass first.
Because there's two in Guardian. There are two.
There's two in everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I will say though,
Can
can I just say I'm kind of disappointed with the addition of Warlock?
Really?
So here's my thing.
That's good.
I don't think it's a bad addition. I can hand him that too, please. I think my issue is that I would have preferred they use up the current domain combinations before adding more domains.
Fair. And it was kind of interesting that Warlock is the only one who gets a brand new access to a brand
Dread.
new. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're not going to do well. I was talking about this with my wife, actually. I think they're going to do a witch class that is either Midnight and Dread or Arcana and Dread.
Right. Because Grace and Midnight are kind of like.
I don't know why, but like I was thinking like witch class, like witch as in witch of two.
No. Witch is in the Earl of Sandwich.
Vengeance.
T.
Vengeance. That's gonna be
Okay.
gonna be a subclass. I like that a little bit more. Plus, it also stops me from potentially just making that frog dude from Chrono Trigger.
So he has magic. Remember, Guardian doesn't have magic.
Hmm.
So I can really pick anyone. that kind of works fine. I don't know. I like Vengeance. This seems cool. I like the revenge option
Motif,
there. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. I also get an additional stress slot with at ease.
So here's the deal, guys. In my tabletop RPG career, I have very seldom ever played a caster.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna have to try it.
What are you thinking?
Oh boy.
Because there's a lot of them. There's literally 11 classes now. 8 of them are spellcasters.
You got options.
I'm gonna try. Damn it! I'm gonna try Warlock.
You're gonna go Warlock. Okay.
And I'm gonna go Pact of the Endless is gonna be the subclass. So for this foundation, I get the Patron's Mantle. I mark a stress to transform into a terrifying visage of that lasts until you take a severe damage or the scene ends while transformed. You get to spend a favor in place of an armor slot, and you get to have advantage on rolls to intimidate a target.
I forgot to review.
And then avoid death before you risk it all on a death move. You can spend a favor to add the value of one of your boons to your hope die.
Okay. Yeah, because I forgot to read mine, which I told you at ease, I get an additional stress slot. And then revenge, when an adversary within melee range succeeds on an attack against you, you can mark 2 stress to force the attacker to mark a hit point. A hit point.
Cool. So I figured if we were actually going to do this, the Wild West would interest us the most.
For sure.
So the Colossus of the Dry Lands is the campaign once we get started that I'm going to do.
Cool as shit.
I'll pass that to you guys.
If I wanted to have my guy have his first name be Crowick, how would I spell that?
However you want to spell it, my guy.
Well, it's proper spelling the shit, right? Like
I mean, I would.
How about this? You spell it the way that you want, but keep it a secret because it almost feels like the name reveal would be kind of like the end, the payoff to our building process.
You're right about that.
Okay.
You're right about that. That's a good point. Don't write it down though, because they'll see it by that camera.
Not unless you zoom in really, really close. It's fine.
Okay, just censor it out in editing. It's fine.
All right. Let's just make it look inappropriate.
Let's see.
But I think you guys picked interesting choices. A warlock and a vengeance guardian do feel like they go together.
Yeah. Listen, I think that's going to be a good combination. What do I want his last name to be?
McGurk.
McGurk.
Croic McGurk.
How do you spell McGurk?
MC capital G IRK.
MC capital G IRA, you said?
IRK.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Wow. I like that a lot, actually.
Because it feels like a very ribbit.
Yeah. That
I am Croic McGurk.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
It's a very throaty name.
I'm gonna have to come up with a throaty voice for this. I'm really, because you pay your ass, I'm gonna be putting on a voice for you.
Okay.
I feel like we'll also need to get 2 other players.
We should start some fucking
we should start being social
auditions.
again.
Yeah, right.
I already got one.
Yeah, we already got one. This is just me and Red King need to be a bit more social.
Okay, so for my species, my ancestry.
Oh yeah, I gotta grab my ancestry. Oh, well.
Yeah, you can just give him ribbit because
I knew this last week.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead and read your racial abilities.
Okay, this is going to be hard to read, isn't it? Amphibious. This is actually not too hard to read. You can breathe and move naturally underwater. And then long tongue. You can use. Why did you stop?
Long tongue. Ladies.
You gotta let that hang.
He gave him the side eye at the camera.
Yeah.
You're busy looking at cards, so you didn't see it. I just wanted to let that silence linger until someone broke it.
Oh my gosh, because I knew you were going to be the first one to be like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm surprised it took as long as it did. I was just like, yep,
Oh my gosh.
You know how in the moment it feels like forever?
Yeah,
I felt like we were there for 40 minutes.
I can't. Okay. You use your long tongue to grab. Can't do it now. To grab onto things within close range. Marcus stress to use your tongue as a finesse close weapon that deals 1d12 physical damage using your proficiency.
Can I be an asshole and pick 2?
You want to do a mixed ancestry?
Yep.
So there are rules to this.
I'm with it.
So, what 2 ancestries did you pick?
I'm gonna be a half elf. I'm not gonna tread any new ground here.
And no new ground, just a half elf.
Half elf warlock. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
the rules for this are: you get to pick the top ability from one and the bottom ability from the other.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna go with
The hotness of the elf.
So I'm gonna go with high stamina and celestial trance. So it's gonna be the top.
It'll help with that long tongue.
Long
So that's what I will pick. The top from the human card and the bottom from the elf card. Dickheads.
I'm sorry.
So I would say probably right on the back of your sheet or something, just like your abilities.
Oh, okay, on the back of my sheet.
Well, you didn't do a mixed ancestry, so you don't need to.
Yeah, no doubt. You're right about that.
Boom! I got that half elf. The half elf.
I got the
Half
half elf.
alfalfa. The worst plant to have in one's garden is red alfalfa.
Red elf.
What the fuck? What is that?
It's not a real thing.
Oh,
Oh.
I was about to say, motherfucker, you said it like it was from a movie.
I just made that up.
You just came up with that off the top.
I just came up with Health Alpha. Yes.
That's insane. That was actually really
Sweet.
Coming to theaters in the summer of 2036
coming.
with a long tongue and a Health Alpha back. Crimson Toad.
Dadgummit.
Only on Shudder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Shudder.
Yeesh.
Oh my gosh.
My word.
All right.
That was insane. That was fucking wild to me.
So I just want to let you know already, right off the bat, my Ribbit dude is not going to be anything like the picture.
Okay.
He's going to be brolic. He's going to be a big frog.
Well,
He's going
so
to be like a toad.
since we're doing
He's Toady Foster.
Colossus of the Dry Lands, I actually have a passage to read.
Oh, okay. Hey, get us into this fucking world. I like this. Yo, these are official little sheets. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever had a paper sheet. Ever.
Daggerheart, I feel like, is a game that lends itself to paper sheets so
It's
well.
a legitimately it's a great looking sheet, and it's a really nice
But remember, if
Very
you're
concise.
printing from your web browser, your print margins will be a little fucked. Because I didn't edit them. But
It's fine. It's fine.
that's all good.
fuck you, Firefox.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Wait, weren't you on?
Listen, I still
He's an
like...
Opera GX guy, isn't he?
I have Opera GX as well. I use both.
Wait. Why both?
Depends on what I feel like doing.
Oh, fair. Okay. All right. So there's just better optimization depending.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're both better than Chrome, though, because Chrome is a thirsty bitch.
Oh, my word.
God.
And will do nothing but drain your fucking CPU.
I actually
got rid of Chrome. I went with Firefox just because it was already on my computer.
Yeah.
But I got rid of Chrome, and you could import all of your shit right over. I mean, you could do the same thing in Opera GX,
Yeah.
but that's like normal.
I'll be honest, at this point, I think Microsoft Edge is a better internet browser than Chrome.
That is a very mean thing to say to somebody.
Yikes.
Here's another reason I'll tell you why. Chrome started putting limits on the extensions you can add. So if you have ad blockers,
Which
Which, what are you doing with your life?
I need ad blockers.
right.
I go to the reaches of the internet.
Or even just regular websites.
Yeah. Everyday websites are
Well, like,
riddled
imagine
with-
you're going to a blog to find a recipe and it's got 17 page wide ads, or like you're trying to read an article.
No, imagine that. And that's exactly why you need to go look into our sponsor, NordVPN.
One day.
One day.
I prefer Surfshark personally, but
You know what? We'll take that because we could also do like a Street Sharks thing and then.
anyway.
Oh my god.
Colossus of the Drylands, a prosperous region of gunslingers and outlaws, has fallen into terror as colossal creatures awaken from beneath the earth.
Whew. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we get to. Bro, we're going to be about to be Attack on Titan.
So, the pitch. So, this particular campaign frame, which is in the book, get your
Yes.
copy.
Yes, yeah, get it now.
Yes.
Well, get it really whenever, because I don't think that Darrington Press is going to have a problem getting you that book.
No. But this particular one was designed by Carlos Cisco. If it's Kisco, I'm sorry, but I'm assuming that it's Cisco because that is in fact Cisco. Rowan Hall, our lead designer of Daggerheart, Spencer Stark.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Mike Underwood.
Nice.
Carrie?
Gary?
So, the Drylands were a place that put the old stories aside. While superstitious miners have long said that the crystals growing wild in this desert are made from the very life essence of forgotten gods, the folk around here had real work to do.
You damn right we did.
And actual deities were left for campfire stories. That is, until a massive colossus answered the call of something ancient and apocalyptic rising from the earth and devastating the lands.
This is awesome.
The bold prospectors, tired laborers, and born-again worshippers in the dusty town of Willens Gulch were thrown from their routine of industry and exploitation, forced to raise scattered armies and watch them die to the behemoth's strength.
Holy shit!
Okay.
There's
No.
more.
Wow. Okay, yes.
And
Yes,
this
I'm
is
in.
only the first of many titanic beasts poised to terrorize the lands. In a Colossus of the Drylands campaign, you'll play a heroic posse of mavericks who must save their home from a legion of colossi and a primordial god that seeks vengeance.
Oh gosh. So
That's fucking sick.
we're about to be mavericks.
Touchstones for this campaign setting: Shadow of the Colossus,
Yes.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption,
Let's
yeah,
go.
Feels
Deadlands,
There's gotta be.
and On the Shoulders of Colossus.
What? I figured there'd be a little bit of Attack on Titan.
Huh. Well, my guy's got.
well, I guess we already know what type of character you're gonna have. Like his name is
So I would say before
Darren-
anything,
Darren
let's
Gager.
do traits.
Okay.
So if you look at your second sheet, I don't actually have one in front of me, but I have multiple sheets of paper that I can flip. You'll see suggested traits in the top left.
yeah.
And take those. You can also choose other stuff.
So I kind of like the idea of having good strength and having a point in agility and a point in what does presence specifically do?
So look on your front sheet. Look at the stat of presence. It'll tell you generally what you would roll it on.
Like
right.
top right. Okay.
It should be charm, deceive, and one other one.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're right. Perform.
I'm gonna go off the rails a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll take that -1 in finesse. I believe that's approximately.
Remember, you're a ribbit.
I picked a weird class for Rivet, didn't I?
I mean, so
I forgot I was looking at a Guardian sheet and not a Rivet sheet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, I'm a swap. Presence. I don't need to charm nobody. That's not going to be my thing. I'm going to take the -1 in presence,
okay.
and I'm going to take the +1 in finesse.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
So you get a +2, 2 +1s, 2 +0s, and a -1
Okay. So I put the numbers in there, yes?
in those little shield icons up there. Those emblems.
So agility would be +1. And then there is strength would be +2.
Yep. And then you're doing +1 finesse.
And then +1 finesse, that's right. I said that. And I almost forgot. I almost just copied it verbatim. It would be 0 in instinct.
Yep.
So do I put +0?
+0.
Okay, +0.
Because if you ever increase it, the plus sign's already there.
Presence would be -1.
Yep.
And then +0 on knowledge. Okay. Filled out.
So I've got, for my traits, I've got a 0 in agility. I've got the -1 in strength. I got +1 in finesse.
Yep.
0 in instinct. +2 in presence. +1 in knowledge.
Y'all really don't want to be good at perceiving things, do you?
Don't worry about us.
Don't worry about it.
Like, what if he
My boy's reactive, not proactive.
Yo, and listen, that's kind of what I'm going for too. I got a little bit of agility
We'll
in
just
there.
show up, see nothing, get ambushed, fucking make it work.
No,
They're big. Who the fuck is gonna ambush us?
I'm gonna be Dark Souls with a frog. That's what I want.
That's Age of Umbra, sir.
Excuse me.
There is a Dark Souls style campaign.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna save that for another. I'm gonna be. Yo, I kind of want him to be. You remember that fucking that Western Samurai game on the PlayStation 2? Do you remember that?
Oh fuck.
What the fuck was it?
Oh my
Oh
word.
my gosh, I wish I could remember
We're
that
not talking
name.
about Way of the Samurai, right?
No. It was like
I got one from the PlayStation 1 in my head suddenly.
Wait, what is it?
Rising Zan Samurai.
No,
Gunman.
that's what I was thinking about. It was PlayStation 1 and Rising Zan was exactly what I was thinking about.
That's insane.
Yo, how'd that theme song go?
It was stupid.
I remember I was like Rising Zan. Like I wanted
Samurai Gunman.
Yeah.
Rising Zan. Johnny No More. That's crazy.
Yeah, so there I am.
He fucking changed his name. He became Zan. Which is crazy to me.
So, do your guys' subclasses or racial picks give you any increases to your starting like hit points, stress, or anything like that.
Stress. I get a +1 stress slot. Ah!
That was wide.
That's wide.
Let me get it. I got it. Oh, I'm taking my mic with me. I was like, why is it following me? I was like, the room is shrinking. Yo, that was a weird. You gotta even think about it from my perspective. It looks so crazy.
The room is shrinking.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. The childhood wonderment never left you, did it?
That's that zero instinct right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't.
That's fucking crazy.
Okay, so I would use the ultra fine end of that particular Sharpie.
Wait. This is ultra fine.
That's the fine.
This is ultra fine.
Yes.
That's me. All right.
Just bring out another stress slot.
And then, yep. So you'll
Where's
see
that?
stress
The outline.
under your damage and health.
Hey, there it is. So I just outline it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So outline one of the dashed ones.
Complete the outline,
Hey, let's go.
or I'll kick you right in your chest.
Yeah, but then he gets a vengeance strike.
Yeah, exactly.
What I meant was,
Watch out.
I won't do
And I'll
that.
do it with my long tongue.
Just imagine you punch a dude and then he toads you in the face.
Like,
And just the
like, what is the scale of a ribbit's head versus a human head? Do they got a big head? Would the tongue cover most of your face? Because it does that. You know how
yeah, it does.
frog's tongue's got that big ass nodule on the end?
yeah, it's how they catch shit. That's what's punching you in the face.
Yeah, but and that's what
Revolting.
that's also what gets them going.
Going away, running for the hills.
So, do you get anything from either of those?
I do not. Nope.
What'd you pick?
Oh, I do get an additional stress slot. Let's go, buddy.
There you go.
Okay.
Get that high stamina.
Both of us are like, it doesn't affect us. Got tough to it.
I got tough to it. Guess I'm used to it.
Too bad you take 17 hit points of damage.
But I'm no longer used to it, just buried in the ground.
Fortunately, that's not a thing in this.
Singular, yeah. That's
Do we get a little bit of this?
Yes.
The community now.
So, we have...
Are there limits to the communities that we can join on the?
No, there's
Campaign
no
setting?
limits. Let me get back to the campaign frame.
There's no. Did you just ask if there was segregation?
No.
It's more like, are there restrictions?
There's not going to be any forests
Oh, okay.
in a desert campaign. You fucking psychopaths.
So, since we're
Holy
looking
ma.
at communities now, this is straight from the book. All communities are available, but some have unique aspects within a Colossus of the Drylands campaign. As needed, provide the following information to your players and choose one or more of the questions to ask them during your session 0. So, what are we looking at?
I want, like, as far as like my
Pick
potential,
it,
like,
and then we'll reveal it.
I feel like I already have a cool idea. I don't know why I was looking under my mic. Which one we get here? What we get going at? I want to be. Ooh,
Okay.
this one. That's what I want. Reveal. Ridgeborn.
Slyborn.
Okay, so Ridgeborn shares a passage with Underborn. In this region of mountains, mines, high deserts, and sparse greenery, both Ridgeborn and Underborn communities thrive. Ridgeborn characters could come from small outposts, family encampments, or other groups that make home atop the dangerous crags of the region. Some of these communities may even be bold enough to live where others will not, on Godfell Mountain. Though it is dangerous, desolate, and blighted, the mountain yields the richest essentia for those willing to risk everything. An Underborn character could be part of a community that took to old essentia mines for refuge, building homes in the darkness beneath the earth. Others are essentia miners who create small Underborn communities with fellow members of their profession who spend most of their life excavating the crystals from the stone. This is one of the most dangerous yet common jobs in the region, and it makes for a hardy lot.
Hey,
Whether a character grew up in a Drylands outpost or moved to one to prospect, there are more than enough communities peppered throughout the Drylands that any of these places could be called home. So, I'm going to ask you these 3 questions. You tell me which one you think is the most interesting, and then we'll get to Slyborn.
Okay.
You were born in the mountains and mesas of the Drylands. What do you know about this land that new prospectors will never understand? You are afraid of the dark, but venture into the mines every day anyway. What keeps you going back? Or, you once found something unexpected near Godfell Mountain. What was it, and who did you tell about your discovery?
Oh, the unexpected one, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just think on your answer to that while I read his.
Okay.
With its untold veins of essentia bringing folks seeking to make their fortune from the earth, the Drylands also appeal to people seeking to make their fortune from the exploitation of others.
That sounds about right, doesn't it?
There's no small share of bad actors who want to get rich and get out quick, either by selling useless parcels of land, shilling water and vinegar snake oil, or outright theft. But some Slyborg communities are more interested in stopping major operations from stripping essentia from the desert than robbing the innocent. The Harlan family, a small but active posse of thieves led by Trace Harlan, works out of Willen's Gulch for one purpose: to stop ambitious tycoons from mining and producing essentia batteries. They hope to one day tear the factories from the walls of the mesa and drive out the greedy moguls that put profit over people. Your 3 question options. What darkness in your past did you attempt to leave behind when coming to the Drylands? You once betrayed a close accomplice. What happened and why haven't you spoken since the incident? Or, you had to go through a terrifying initiation to join your posse. What did you do and how has it changed you forever?
So what was the first question?
What darkness in your past did you attempt to leave behind when coming to the Drylands?
Okay.
Is that the one you're going to go with?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay. So one more time, just on the verbiage of of my question.
So you once found something unexpected near Godfell Mountain. What was it, and who did you tell about your discovery? And you guys have a map there.
Okay. So unexpected. I'm trying to think. What about like a ritual site or something?
Okay.
Like I found a ritual site near Godfell Mountain, and perhaps even leftover traces of like people actually being there, like potentially ritualistic weaponry.
Okay.
Something like that. Maybe even stones, certain specific types of stones, like precious gem or something like that could be involved with the ritual. And as far as who I told, I will say, you know what? I'm gonna have a brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a brother, and my brother is gonna be not really like hands-on with any type of fighting or any adventuring or anything like that.
Okay.
But he's kind of smart and knows some doohickeys about it. So I went and told him to get some information on it.
Okay.
All right, sweet. So what dark secret did I leave behind?
What darkness in your past did you attempt to leave behind when coming to the Drylands?
Okay. So my father was a con man.
Okay.
Who ended up getting in.
Father was Conway Twitty.
He got in way too deep.
Okay.
And it resulted in what fragile kind of comfortable life that they had.
Okay.
Being destroyed. And it was just running where nobody can find you. And
Okay.
where nobody can find you is these damn dry lands.
These damn dry lands.
Okay.
Ni hao dry lands.
What? That was a poll.
I don't know why.
It is with a Kylan reference.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I didn't even watch the shit.
So, specifically for ribbits in this campaign setting,
Very dry.
So fungal, galapa, and rivets native to the dry lands are most often well adapted to the desert, but those who aren't from these deserts commonly live near the few lakes in the region or devise systems to travel with large amounts of water.
So I'm living near water, or I'm like,
Well, are you from the dry lands? Because it almost sounds like you are.
yeah, technically speaking, but this sounds kind of icy, don't it?
Ridgeborn doesn't have to be.
Okay, cool. Then I will take that I'm from the dry lands.
Okay, so I mean that means you're more of like a desert toad.
Yeah, and I want colors are going to reflect that too.
Okay. Well, yes, you guys are artists. You can
Yeah.
Right?
I'm already thinking about it. I'm just saying.
Be a nice little project for your Instagram.
Oh,
too.
for sure. I wish at Hit Crimson on Instagram. Finally remembered to talk about it.
You're welcome.
You're so dumb. You're just so fucking dumb.
Go follow. You'll see it there.
But all right. So we've done community, ancestry. We've picked stats. Let's do domain cards because I feel like that's probably the next most interesting thing.
Okay.
Sweet. So what are your two domains?
He should be Valor and Blade.
Where you see it?
Top left under your class
Oh, yeah.
name.
Valor and Blade. You're correct. Let's get some of this.
So you can pick two
Yes.
from those.
So you can pick 1 and 1 or 2 from either specific domain.
Let's see.
I put a wrong card in there, but that's fine. I can do it. Okay. So I'm going to take my two domains, which is the brand new Dread domain. And Grace.
The brand new. It's brand new.
It's a brand new day.
To die.
Hopefully not. We start the campaign and just like first episode.
Stomp.
It could happen technically.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is you can never take more than 3 hit points in a single attack.
Okay, that's actually not too bad. So you won't instantly die.
Correct. I can kill you in 2 hits. It will always be
worry
at
not.
least 2.
It'll only be 2. I like this. I like this one from Not Good Enough, which
Blade.
is yes, from Blade. When you roll your damage dice, you can re-roll any 1s or 2s.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good one to have. And then
I got Deaf Deceiver.
Always a good choice.
You spend a hope to gain advantage on a roll to deceive or trick someone into believing a lie that you tell them. And my second one is Umbral Veil. You make a spellcast roll with a DC of 10.
Mhm.
On a success, spend any number of hope and place an equal number of tokens on this card to encase yourself in a shadowy energy. After an attack roll is made against you, you may spend any number of tokens to gain a +1 bonus to your evasion per token against the attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick from Valor. I'm your shield, or I am your shield if I'm not being improper.
I'm surprised you didn't go bare bones.
So the thing is, what I have in mind for my character is armor, genuinely armor.
Okay.
So I wanted to go with an armorized toad, and it's kind of like it would mess up the image a little bit if I. So when an ally within very close range would take damage, you can mark a stress and stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack instead. When you take damage from this attack, you can mark any number of armor slots. So that is going to be so because he's going to be a very noble toad.
Okay. So the next thing to do, everyone starts with 2 hope. So go ahead and mark off 2 hope.
Okay.
Nope, not stress.
I did.
Down.
Dude.
Check marks, but
Check marks, X's, whatever you want to do.
all right, 2 hope. Boom.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do next? Do you want to do experiences?
Experiences are my favorite part of this.
Okay. So let's go for it.
So experiences, basically, for those of you who don't know or haven't done any research, or this might be your first like tabletop consumption, which, hey, if it's us, cool, thanks. So your 2 starting experiences are kind of what your character has done in their background. What are they good at? Do you want to round out something your character can do, or would you like to just increase something they're already good at?
Okay, got you.
So the way they work, they all start at +2.
Okay.
You get 2 of them.
2 at level 1, yep.
Where am I putting this at?
Under your hope, you should see experience.
Oh, okay, got you.
Those little
So we hit
slots
we
here.
hit plus
Yep.
2s in all of them.
Only the first 2 for now.
Okay.
You unlock more experiences as you go up through the tiers.
Okay, gotcha. So we choose what we want those experiences to be.
Yep.
and
So
you just describe something that they're good at.
Okay. That's actually interesting.
right. So like my elf rogue has sleight of hand. So anytime I'm running hands on pockets,
That's actually kind of cool.
spend a hope and add my experience to it.
So what I want to do is I want to have. Does he have a shield?
I mean, shields are a piece of equipment you can get.
Nope. I want to dual wield. So never mind. I don't want to do that. I want to have. Is there any type of like a? Because with dual wielding, you can just strike twice, right, by default.
So it's a little weird in this system. You technically can make 2 attack rolls, but there's no like, you're not specifically taking like a feat like 2-weapon fighting or picking,
Okay,
the
gotcha.
fighting styles from like Pathfinder 2e or anything like that. You would just say, I'm going to make an attack with both weapons, and you make 2 action rolls, and they both either hit. You roll with fear, you roll with hope.
Okay, gotcha.
But for your experiences, it's more how are you flavoring your character?
Right. So
So like for instance, I'm gonna say
con man.
yeah. So you would write that, and basically if I'm running an angle on somebody specifically, I could say, oh well, my guy's a con man, and that gets a +2, or
By
it's
spending a hope.
exactly by spending hope. Or if somebody comes and is trying to run an angle on us, then I'd be like, oh well, I'll use my con man experience, spend a hope, and be like, well, that gives me some form of tangible advantage over seeing if somebody's coming at us trying to work an angle.
Sense motive.
With a 0 instinct?
Oh, that's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. You're right about that. You're okay. Okay. Let me think. What do I want to do with this?
I'm gonna add a quick study.
Okay.
You know what? Strong legs.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to leap better.
All right, sweet.
So like if you're saying like, hey, I'm going to try and move further than close range, when you make that agility roll, if you spend the hope, you get to add that experience.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. All right, and let me see. Oh, what was the kind of job they described when it came to Ridgeborn?
Miners.
So, maybe he just knows because there's resource gathering, correct?
Yeah.
So maybe he just knows
Prospector.
prospector. Let's
Okay.
go with that.
So
Let's
there
go
you
with
go.
that.
Sweet.
Prospector. I like that. Is it Tor? Prospector?
It should be TOR.
Okay. I had it right. Yeah, I know how to spell. Yeah. So my boy can gather ores and shit. Good.
It's not a bad way to make money.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I like that. That's
It
very
is
interesting.
OR. Okay.
Ah, look at that. Your boy.
That's my favorite part of
Character creation.
yeah, because you can just say anything.
Yeah.
But he just do this shit.
Like homeboy, I could write can hold his liquor. And anytime I drink, I'd be like, hey, he can hold his liquor.
Okay. So gear should be next, probably. So the big thing is that in the Colossus of the Drylands setting, we get some extra options.
Okay.
So you've got your standard list of equipment. However, there is also guns.
Ooh! Dang it. Dang it. Okay. Ooh. So I'm going to go with...
Now I just want guns.
There is a strength firearm.
There is. He could just have a shotgun.
Everybody should have guns. Like the whole fucking party.
I like that idea. I kind of like that idea.
Just everybody's...
Yeah, so tier 1, I get a D6 plus 2 physical.
Mm-hmm.
And then very close range. And so it says burden two-handed. So it's a two-handed weapon.
So you have to use two hands.
Okay, which I'm
the
fine with
only
that.
class that gets to ignore weapon burden is warrior.
Okay, gotcha.
So they could dual wield 2 shotguns or something
That
like
is
that
so
if they
crazy.
wanted to.
Gotcha. And then it's got scatter shot. When you make an attack, target all creatures in front of you within range. Ooh, I like that.
That does mean allies too.
Yeah. So I gotta be a bit careful about that. All right, fair enough. All right, so I'm going to do.
Damn it.
Name is gonna be shotgun.
I'm going to go with this one.
So if you want to reflavor it to be like a magic gun, that's fine. Some of the higher tiers even have like magic revolvers and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I want a little bit of magicness to it?
Well, you don't have a spellcast trait, so you can't use magical weapons.
Fair.
You
Okay.
can use the shotgun because it's a physical.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So trait and range is gonna be strength.
I got caught off guard with the rapier.
And very close.
It's got a presence trait, so I don't have to worry about having strength.
Yep. No, rapier. The most important letter in that word is I.
No, you're right. All right, so it is going to be
have a
D6.
feature? Oh, it's got a feature is quick.
Yep. Mark a stress to attack a second creature within range.
And phase. Or phi, as they say it. And
This
then
is so cool. It's so easy too.
Right.
feature
Like,
is going to be scatter shot.
I really like just because you're also encouraged to invent your own items, reflavor things as you see fit. Like,
No, I actually really do like. This is actually more freedom, technically speaking, than your average tabletop RPG, which is just essentially picking from a long list of things.
yeah.
Like the experience thing is actually really cool. Which I should write down specifically.
Can I see some of the? Can I see
Some of these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to pick a secondary weapon as well. So you picked the rapier, which is a one-handed weapon. So if you have your secondary weapon as another one-handed, which they all should be, you can have both out at once. For Crowick, you would have to spend a stress to switch weapons if you're not at a rest.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Because there used to be action tokens, but they got rid of that.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. They got rid of that completely.
Well, I kind of understand their reasoning as to why, because it was basically just something else you had to track between hope and armor slots and
Gotcha.
HP and stress and fear and
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So manager,
So they
kind of got a little.
right. They lowered the management costs, so the GM can spend up to can hold up to 12 fear instead of 6 now.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
basically they get GM moves as well. And then if I'm spending fear, it's because I'm spotlighting an opponent or interrupting a player or something like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting mechanic to start getting used to. Is like having a GM who can like actively like do things during like combat and things like that. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
So I got the small revolver
Yeah.
as my secondary.
That's a good choice.
Oh, I was actually gonna pick that too. You know, we're gonna go for that.
2 primary weapon damage. That's really cool.
What is the trait in the range?
It is finesse and far.
So, Crimson, for you in particular, since you also have the long tongue trait, we do this with my one friend's Dracona. Down an inventory weapon. It's
Okay.
not something you have to spend the stress to equip because it's a part of you.
Okay.
But Draconas get the breath weapon.
Okay.
So just put down in your inventory weapons,
Okay.
down at the bottom under your
Right here.
Yep.
All right. So I put long tongue there.
Yep. And then
And tell all the stuff that you get with the long tongue.
and then you also get to pick armor.
I'm gonna add leather armor.
Let me finish.
Over Gambison?
I might use the Gambison because it adds to the evasion.
Yeah.
Damage die.
But it's got higher thresholds.
That's
Gambison. I'm going with Gambison.
that's the trade-off. You are trying to get hit less, but if you get hit, it hurts more.
Damn. No, I don't need a lasso. I got the long tongue. I was looking at lasso. I was like, that's a little cool.
So, do you have the list of... Okay, never mind. When you're done with that equipment list, Red King, you should hand it to Crimson so he can take a look at those secondary weapons too.
No, I'm looking at these secondary weapons here.
Right, but there's more on this one.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That is true.
There's also armor on there.
He just wants guns.
I like guns, man. I really like guns.
I mean, you could do the revolver and the small revolver.
I like having the big booming shotgun.
Sweet. Here's some more equipment options for
Yeah,
you.
sir.
Because, I mean, if you switch not good enough out for a versatile fighter, you can technically make your attack trait whatever you want. So strength is your highest stat. So they don't become finesse pistols, they're strength pistols.
Wow. So
That's
I've
actually
got
cool.
so with
This is technically a finance. Yeah.
with flexible, I add 1 to my evasion. So my current evasion is 10. So now I'm at 11.
Correct.
My armor is 3.
Yep. So basically what that means is that you can mark 3 armor slots to reduce damage before you have to repair your armor with a short or a long rest.
So I guess I'll mark them as I use them, right?
Yeah, you just... Because you
Whatever,
can never
I guess
have
whatever
more
works.
than 12.
Right.
So you would just mark, it doesn't matter what 3 you mark, you can start at the bottom, start at the top.
So then with my base thresholds, I add my current level.
Correct. So they should be what? 6 and
12 now.
Finance, and this is close range.
I've almost got a full ass character sheet here.
Yep.
Let's get it.
I have a whole nother weapon. Give me a second.
All good. So-
D12.
As a thing, I get to name a patron.
correct.
So what I imagine is that so I want my patron to be a kind of like, you know, that crazy ass crow in The Last Airbender that watched the library, that kept an eye on the library. That's what I'm thinking.
Something like that. Okay.
Why am I going to switch something now?
Are you thinking about what I said?
I'm thinking about, because now that I think about it, I kind of don't want armor if I want to look like a cowboy.
Oh, damn you.
So are you thinking about going bare bones and versatile fighter instead of...
That's kind of what I'm thinking, is bare bones and versatile fighter instead.
Because then you can have this 2 6-shooters
Yeah,
and a tongue to like throw yourself around and shoot at things.
So give me this. Isn't it in here? Right?
It should be on top there, yeah. Because I can see the Valor cards.
Yep. And wait a second. Did I have versatile fighter as an option?
Is it a level 1 card or is it a level 2
It
card?
might be a level 2.
Yeah, it might be a level 2 as well.
So you could keep not good enough.
Yeah, not good enough. I'll keep in there. But bare bones is yeah. Okay. All right. So now, when it comes to this equipment, what are we on about this?
So you actually don't have to take armor because you have bare bones.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
The important thing to remember, though, is that bare bones has to be in your loadout for it to work.
Okay.
So once you guys get high enough level that you have to start like picking what 5 cards you're gonna have.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, so that's the rub of it.
I
is
see.
You switch
I see.
from you switch your loadout.
So
Yes.
then,
So- You won't hit that until 5th level, unless someone was playing a School of Knowledge wizard, because they're special. They get to pick an extra domain card at 1st level,
Right.
which is cool.
That is
you
sick.
know what? Do I want to? Technically speaking, then, since I have a shotgun, which is strength, I still think that's probably a good idea to keep
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna
Right.
add a health potion as my starting.
Yep. So go ahead and start writing down what you get in your starting inventory.
Okay. Where do we see that?
So flip to your second sheet.
Okay.
You'll see at the very top in the middle, you'll see
Okay.
inventory.
So I get torch, and then choose. It's a take is a torch, and then
Yep.
choose between.
So you get to take a torch, 50 feet of rope, basic supplies.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm gonna take a no. I want stamina potion.
So minor stamina. Okay.
Yeah, minor stamina potion. So is it specific as to which ones? Because I see those are bags, not potions.
Yep.
So you get a handful of gold to begin as well.
Okay, gotcha. So you just write what's in here, right?
Yep. So just
You-
write
you
it
Just
on.
mark your hand.
Yep. So just put a check, put an X, whatever you want to do.
And then I
Sweet.
So I have what was it again? I have a torch.
Torch, 50 feet of rope, basic supplies, and then you should get some like personal background stuff.
I'm gonna circle a couple of these.
Descriptive
Character
options.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basic supply. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
What the fuck? That was a really weird way to.
I got my hand full of gold. I have a minor stamina potion. Better
Yep.
get that finished.
I have a no. My name's Onision. I have a.
Horrible.
Like, you mean a health potion, right?
You mean a health potion? Oh wait. Should I have a secret key or a totem from your mentor?
That's up to you.
Secret key.
Okay.
So then, do you then
I've got a
build
ring I
stuff
can't
off of that?
remove
Wait, really? Why?
because that's what I picked.
So now, do you like build stuff off of that?
Yeah. I get to build stuff off of that.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
on the map, what they were doing in their session 0 for Age of Umbra, they actually had the characters add like settlements and stuff. So you can see what's already on the map.
Okay, got you. Okay.
But if you guys want to add a small town where you're from, if you just want to use one of the things already, because like the last thing I'm really going to say is like, look at your background questions and your connections. And then you guys should each ask each other one of the questions. And when we get 2 more players, you'll be able to round it out.
That's excellent.
Okay, gotcha.
I think Wyland's Gulch sounds awesome.
That's kind of where the campaign starts anyway.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean, it basically looks like you just blew in,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, that does.
and that's where my guy 100% just kind of blew into town, like within the last, think months or something,
Right. Past quarter year.
Yes.
The Iron Kettle sounds cool too.
I mean, that's where you could be from, but opportunity and prospecting business could have called you because let me see the map. As you said, what? Iron Kettle?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you went Iron Kettle to Defiance, that would kind of take you near Godfall Mountain. And then you could have been like, hey, this is weird. We should head to Wyland's Gulch.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, that's fair. I like that. I actually like that a lot.
Okay.
So with these background questions, who from your community did you fail to protect, and why do you still think of them? Why is that? Didn't I technically already do this?
So, kind of. I asked you a question about like what you found on Godfall Mountain.
Okay.
So that specific question is related directly to your character's backstory.
Okay, got you. And so you can answer these or make your own.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Do you consider an aspect of yourself a weakness? What is it, and how does it affect you? Huh. I kind of like that.
You can answer all three.
Okay.
And you probably should at some point, but
yeah. I'm gonna answer one now.
yeah. Answer one now, and then I want each of you to ask each other one of your connection questions.
Okay. All right.
Because then we can kind of like wrap up, and
Oh yeah, for sure.
we'll get the review on what you guys think of making a character in this, how it kind of feels to do a paper sheet. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Yeah. Brashness.
All right, Granga.
You start to see where I'm getting.
Yeah. Don't throw your shotgun away.
It's always an option.
He's not throwing away a shot.
Damn it.
Well, not with that long tongue.
You know what I mean?
He just slurp back up.
Put myself in a lot of danger.
Long tongue danger, did you just say?
No.
He's answering his question.
Yeah, because my brashness puts me in a lot of danger.
Stranger danger.
You know what I mean? Okay. Oh my gosh. Why would you put that in there? Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of an interesting one to ask. Yeah. All right, I got this.
Okay, so go for it.
How did I save your life the first time we met?
Okay, interesting.
I like it.
How did you save my life? Right. I was running an angle on guys who were a little bit above my head, and it went really bad, and like guns out bad.
An old dry land standoff. Huh?
Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Okay. Here's a question. You once saw me tithe to my patron, and it changed how you interacted with me. What did you see, and how has it affected you?
What's your patron about?
My patron is the keeper of a like kind of like esoteric library.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let me make sure that isn't something, because I have an idea for your patron's name.
Sweet.
So what about?
Okay, that should be fine.
What about
What do you
something?
think of Azuti?
Okay.
Azuti.
UTI. Like that.
So it's magical. So you have you were kind of dealing with like more like dimensional type of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was something that wasn't of the world that I'm used to seeing.
Like even the essence that
Yeah.
you're used to mining is different than this.
Yeah. So it's like it put a fear into me because it's something that's like I don't understand this. Like,
Right.
like what is this?
It's a strange magic in a land where magic is already strange.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that a lot. That's sweet.
I say saved from deal gone wrong.
Hey,
got a look past the veil.
Yeah. The Umbral Veil.
Nice.
Well, because that's his card.
I hate it. I didn't catch that part. I'm like nice looking at my sheet like I'm throwing this.
No, it's legitimately it's all here. It's all come together.
Yep.
I like this a lot.
I am just so you know, I'm putting my pronouns down.
Okay.
What you think it is?
He, him.
I was about to say rib, bit.
Long
fucking
tongue.
rib, you long tongue.
My pronouns are long and tongue.
Just gonna be obsessed with the long tongue.
All right, sweet.
So, tell me what you guys think.
Automatically, building a character in this is so much more intuitive, and it's more like so. I get that once you kind of build a character in any system, you kind of get used to it. And you know, you can kind of get through it quick and you know exactly what you're looking for. Like I like this because everything's very concise.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here cross-reference, read this, read that back. You know what I mean? I got like, even though there's a lot of things to choose from, it all translates very easily.
Right.
So I like it. It's a smooth process and I like the uniqueness. You feel a bit more unique with having something like, I can just leg this shit out if I wanted to.
Right. The experience is also like, because let's say you had two people playing the same ancestry, community, and class.
Mm-hmm.
The experiences and the equipment are kind of where you can start making differences.
Yeah. And I know for me, like, there's actually kind of a point where it gets just a little stressful. Honestly, when it comes to like building a character sheet, because there's just so much.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think that apps have made it better, but considering that this is on paper and I'm not sitting here like, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It is, to me, having
I'm going to put my threshold.
having a small amount of things.
Add your level to it as well. So
Okay,
so I would do an armor, put bare bones.
Okay.
Sorry, finish your thing real quick, Red King.
But having a small amount of things
Plus your-
makes you focus on them a lot more.
Yeah.
You know,
So for your base score, I would put 3+ strength because that will increase as you level up and stuff.
So that'd be 5.
Yep.
then.
So you're.
Okay.
I would just write 3+ strength so you know
Okay.
the formula.
Gotcha. You see me scribble. 3 plus STR.
Yep. And then your base thresholds are what, 9 and 19?
9 and 19, yes.
So it'll be 10 and 20
10 and 20, okay.
when you go to add them to your actual stats up there.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see what you're saying.
So
Okay,
yeah,
I put it up here.
So you see under damage and health,
Okay.
there's, that line right there.
Oh.
So the first one will be 10
Okay.
because that's your major damage threshold.
holy shit.
Yeah, bare bones is awesome.
Holy crap. So, or minor, right? Right?
No,
First
so you always will take, if you get dealt minor damage, you can mark an armor slot to take none.
Okay.
If you take major damage, you can mark an armor slot to take minor, and so on. But
Okay,
you'll always
okay.
basically take at least 1 hit point if they get past your evasion.
Gotcha. So you put this up here, then 10 would be major, yes?
So 10 is major, 20
And then
is severe.
would be- so 20 would be over here.
Yep. Well, no, it goes in the
10
boxes.
is here, 20 is here.
Oh gosh. I see.
Like, leave it up to you to go outside the box.
Listen, if you ain't thinking outside the box, you ain't trying to win.
So now we will
There.
reveal our character.
Okay. Let's do
And-
it.
Then eventually get to drawing, and then I'll be obsessed with drawing for a long time. Again, so my warlock is Zeppeli Orpheus.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
He's a Slyborn half elf. Yes, he's made his way to the dry lands. He's pursuing knowledge
Okay.
to what ends and for why. Maybe you'll find out if he doesn't die right away.
Hopefully not. I am a guardian Croic McGurk. I love the name. I do.
It's a good name.
Bridgeborn, and I am a vengeance guardian. I have come here in search of fame. Fame.
Interesting.
Yes. I've come to the Drylands in search of fame, and I want to. The only way I can find myself doing it is by conquering Colossi.
Very interesting.
Okay. I'll bring fame and fortune back to my fucking family.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Soon enough, you'll see a wicked cool cowboy frog.
So it is kind of funny that you mentioned that because
Okay.
on the cover art, and I'll slide that down to you guys, is kind of a cowboy frog.
He does have a little bit of that
Did I
flavor.
did I accidentally just
You
rip
got
off
Inceptions.
No, my motherfucker's gonna be Brolic. He's gonna be like a stranger.
He's gonna be like a.
Odd World.
Oh
Stranger's
yeah,
Wrath.
that was a great
Oh,
game.
Yeah.
sick.
That's kind of the influence I was thinking of.
My guy's gonna be just like kind of like a. Just like a snivelly kind of like. Heh.
I feel like your guy has to have pince nez.
Yeah.
What is pinch nuts?
The tiny little glasses that don't have like the things that go behind your ears.
Oh,
they literally just rest on the bridge of your
Yep.
nose.
Gotcha.
Little tiny glasses.
Okay,
feel like
that's
you
what
should
they're
also-
called.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were.
You should also have a top hat and a swirly mustache.
He is gonna have some facial hair.
My character is not. I guess I think that would be Nightmare Fuel.
Hairy frog. That's horrifying.
And with that, we have reached the end. Thank you for joining us for this special episode of a continued Daggerheart special.
Yes.
Look forward to hopefully sometime coming soon an actual full like playthrough campaign.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to give it a shot. And like, dude, I feel like this is gonna be perfect to finally have like another kind of series type thing going. You know what I mean?
Because we haven't.
We haven't had a proper series anything.
We'll see if it's in the cards.
I hate you.
See if it's
In the car.
God damn it.
I almost put that shit in my mouth.
Find Crimson at Crit Hit Crimson on Instagram. Find us
Hey,
on Twitter at Crit Hit Official. Find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, at Critical Hit, and find us on YouTube at CritTube. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, ring the bell. Stay up to date.
Tell us what you're doing with your character.
Yeah. Actually, do that. That's the call to action. We want to hear about anybody who watches this. What's your character doing? What are they about?
How'd they die?
How'd they die if they did?
What are their experiences?
How'd they go in a blaze of glory?
That is actually one of your options.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to get detailed.
Flip the table.